Greetings YouTube and welcome to a special unique offer video that takes something we have never seen before and crunches the math. My channel has never been more important than it is right now in terms of doing the data for you, and I have spent years collecting data for this very moment. I feel like this is my time to shine, coach. Put me in. Alright, so here's the deal. We have, of course, priceless doubloons. And this is what I see in a Cavalier space. It might look vastly different for you if you're uncollected, or certainly if you are less than that. Just to give you an idea of what I see in my in-game message, it is all of this. So, the doubloons are limited, and they are essentially an in-game purchase of inventory. Now here's the deal, YouTube. These first two bundles are priced the exact same, $7,500 a piece. You get Tier 5 Basics and 1,000 5-star shards, and you get 6-star shards and Tier 4 Basic. I am stunned that they're the same price, because Kabam, this is the same company that in the past month priced for free-to-play players a 6-star crystal at 9,000 units. $300, and yet for the same price they're giving you just a half of what you get for 5-star shards. You're getting 1,000 5-star shards here and 500 6-star shards. So yes, I get that you can only purchase half of them with the limit, but if you don't buy anything, you free-to-play players, I think I got 15,000 of these. I would snatch up 2 of the bundle 2 and just get myself a bonus 1,000 6-star shards. That's a much better deal than the Tier 5 Basic, which you're going to easily be able to get in the Glory Store now, especially if you're uncollected and above. And the difference in 5-star shards being twice as much as 6-star shards, the ratio is off. It should be at least 5 or 6 to 1 for that to be consistent with the value. So Bundle 2, infinitely better value than Bundle 1. Bundle 2 is an A+ value. Bundle 1 is probably a B-. Now Bundle 3 is fascinating because you get a fully formed Tier 2 Alpha and a Tier 4 Class Catalyst Selector. But the Tier 2 Alpha is all I'm going to care about talking about at this point. Because if you look at even the $50 bundle, which like the July 4th or Cyber Weekend's Limit 3, that's 150,000 gold doubloons. Well, 150,000, right? 22,500 is a small price to pay. That's a lot of Tier 2 Alpha, and there's limit 10. So you could get up to 10 Tier 2 Alpha from this. And the Tier 4 Class Catalyst Selectors, it's awesome that they have that now right after expanding the inventory for those of you level 60. That came at a perfect time. Kudos to Kabam for that. Now, we're going to look at this. This is 22,500. And you look at the difference in price between this and the other bundle, and it's crazy. It's only 250 more 6-star shards. But because they replaced the Tier 4 Basic with the Tier 5 Basic, it's 22,500. That's so much more than 7,500, right? Bundle 4 is a huge ripoff compared to Bundle 2. Bundle 2 and Bundle 3 are A+, A values. Bundle 1 is a B- at best, and a Bundle 4 is also a B- at best. Now, Bundle 5, I love signature stones. And this is 3/4 of a Tier 2 Alpha. I think the generic 5-star signature stones in the Tier 2 Alpha, I think that's a better value, personally, than what we saw before in the Tier 5 Basic. Again, Tier 5 Basic, they don't have the same value now that you got the Glory Store changes. And so unless you're very desperate for them, I would not value them as high as Kabam's valuing them in these offers. Now, if you go from that to this, that's where you start to think, uh-oh. Now Kabam wants to start really milking the whales. So 2,000 6-star shards is nice, but these 6-star signature stone crystals should be generics. And there's 7 of them, which is also a random amount. But for 75,000, you are really valuing 6-star shards and 6-star signature stones super high. I would not purchase this. Even with multiple 6-stars that I want to put signature stones into, I would not purchase this before the Tier 2 Alpha, because the Tier 2 Alpha is a guaranteed value. This is a gamble. You're gambling on what class you're going to get for the 6-star signature stone, and you're gambling still on a 6-star crystal in general. You're probably going to spend a lot of your doubloons to get a 6-star Cyclops. And there's 2 different kinds you can get now because you're cursed in that crystal. So I don't think that that is worth it. Now you compare that to the next one, and this is the Ultra Whale. 10% of a Tier 5 Class Catalyst Fragment Crystal and a Tier 5 Basic. Now let me just tell you, I think there are going to be a lot of people who are upset because this is not a selector. If you're going to spend 150,000 of those, which is a lot, and you don't get to select your class, you're going to waste that opportunity on a class that you don't need, and you are just completely powerless to the algorithm. So I would not vote this high at all. Tier 5 basic even, 13,500 for that price, it should be at least 22,500. So it should be at least half of Tier 5 basic. I'm going to give that a C for most players. For that value, there is little. Now check that out, this price tag out. That goes from 150,000 to 337,000. A 5-star Nexus crystal and 1/4 of a 6-star. Now this obviously gives you far more value because this is indeed a Nexus crystal. Now 337,500. Why is that relevant? Because when you look at how much an Odin costs, that gets you exactly that. So an Odin gets you a Nexus crystal and 1/4 of a 6-star, which is still worse value, of course, than a July 4th or Cyber Weekend, but because you get the units, it is comparable. Now, this is a huge shout out to my girl Mama Bear, because Mama needs to awaken her Omega Red. And she can only do that guaranteed with a 5-star generic gem. And that is exactly what we're staring at right now. Mama, I don't know how much disposable income you have, but I can just guarantee you're staring at this thinking, dang it, Kabam, that's a couple $100 worth, right? And yet, I mean, a 5-star generic awakening gem, $200 plus. But is it worth it for you? Maybe. I think this should be, for the price, a fully formed Tier 5 basic with it. If you don't need a 5-star generic awakening gem, I know that sounds weird, but if you already have one in your inventory like I do, because I've been hoarding mine since Christmas, not a great value if you aren't going to use it right away. Because this thing has dropped in value so much that I still think it is worth maybe half. Now, of course, if you're Cavalier, you got this thing for free from Kabam Santa. But now, so many people need to awaken a 5-star, and on top of that, Kabam is being super sneaky, and we just got leaked that the next arena is Aegon. And you know Aegon is only Aegon for the Abyss or Labyrinth or Act 6 or whatever if you have him awakened. So, brilliant marketing on their part. If you are not super desperate for this 5-star generic, this is not a great value. I know I might get some pushback on that, but it's just too high of a price. This should be like $400,000, not $675,000. If you're desperate, if you're like Mama Bear and you got to awaken that Omega Red, I think it's like a B value because it's just still so much money. But if you don't, it's like a D value because for $675,000, you can wipe the floor of all of these bundles. You can get so many Tier 2 Alpha. You can get so many more of these. I mean, you can get, it's just basically the generic. And even the signature stones, in some cases, because they are generics, I think are better values. I mean, that's just such a $675,000 price tag, right? I mean, that's huge, and it is limit 1, I get that. But I was hoping that that would not be such a huge disparity. Yeah, that's exactly $200. $200. And let me just say this before I end the video. That's $200 for America. A lot of you are looking at this during a financial crisis for all countries, and you've got to add in the conversion rate and tax. And so for you, it's not $200, it's like $300. And Kabam knows, even if they've been planning this before the COVID pandemic, they know that people are hurting a lot. And I'm surprised they only gave $15,000 for free because that didn't go very far in this store. So yes, it's going to be milking the Deadpool whales and milking the spenders, but a lot of people have messaged me in the past month or two and said, Prof, I used to be able to spend $200 to $300 a month on this game. Now I'm lucky if I can afford the Black ISO store. And so these prices do reflect an economy that was unaffected by a global recession and maybe even, dare I say, global depression, but times have changed. I get that these deals still include units, and that's great. And I also get that we can't exactly expect the value of July 4th as we've never seen this before. But given how many people are hurting, I just think a lot of these prices are too high. and that the value really is in the smaller bundles, especially for those of you that can't spend hundreds of dollars on offers in the next day or two. YouTube, thanks for watching. Thanks as always for supporting my channel. I am going to be doing this, if possible, for all players, but I'm going to stick to this one video first and see if it helps answer questions. And then, obviously, if you see different things in your store, I'm going to need to do a separate video for the middle and the bottom tier players, because they need to know what the best value is for them. But for now, because I'm Cavalier, I know this is what Cavalier players see, so we'll stick to that. Thanks for watching. I'm going to go get ready to Zoom call about 18 different groups, but I'm going to have time to maybe jump on a quick live stream this afternoon, and also as well put this up for a live stream so people can debate it in the comments section. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Have a good one. Remember to be safe, be smart, and don't buy things if you can't afford it. You can have your account be just fine if you don't get these items, but if you do, be smart, make the wise purchases, and don't blow everything on RNGesus that's going to easily turn into RNJudas.